I've never seen Andrew Tate do cardio in none of his videos. But yeah, other than that, I don't think it's karma. I don't think it's, the bad stuff is going to get done to you. I don't think it's any of that. I think one guy prepared. I think the other guy, Andrew Tate, underestimated his opponents, didn't train correctly for cardio. I didn't get beat, I got paid. Losing is the new winning. I can see why people are saying it's cope. I can see why people are saying it's cope.
That to a certain group of insecure men, Andrew Tate is the peak of masculinity. But one of the biggest pillars of that alpha male...
Being masculine doesn't mean you win every fight. That's not what being masculine means. So I get it, and I'm not defending him. I get it. He's top G, top of the brass. He tells people, shake it off. I'm a winner, you're a loser, you're poor. I get it. But just because you lose a fight doesn't mean that you're not a man. You know what I mean? And I have a theory. I think the theory is his knees are gone. I think Andrew Tate's knees are gone. That's my theory. I could be wrong. But the reason why you've never seen him running, jogging, or skipping for longer than a couple of minutes is because I think his knees are gone.
There. And I felt a tinge of fear for the first time in my life. And that's when I knew I had to fight.
I want all the boxers to come in here and tell me what they think, because
I don't even know. I've not yet had time to process why he beat me. I got tired after the second round, and I don't know why.
A guy who, by the way, cannot fight at all.
Yeah, I want to start by saying I think one of the main reasons why he lost is because he underestimated his opponent. If you're a kickboxing champion and you're fighting someone who's from Love Island, there's a good chance that you might be underestimating him, right? You might be looking at him and going, yeah, this guy kind of sucks. And also, it doesn't help that this particular video here of Chase punching the air and doing the chicken dance is one of his most popular videos. If you ask someone, Chase the Moore or Andrew Tate, they would say Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? Like, Andrew Tate has loads of videos of him sparring, shadow boxing, which we'll get into, by the way, because I think that's another reason why he lost. And then you look at someone like Chase doing the chicken dance. I got a chance to watch it today. Round 1, round 2, it was a good solid performance by Tate. The one thing that I did notice was that he does, first off, he does a karate stance, which is a little bit weird, I think. And then the second thing that he does is he tries to Philly shell. And I was speaking to one of our guys, and he was telling me that a lot of people do the Philly shell because Floyd made it popular. A lot of reason why a lot of guys do the Philly shell is because it looks really nice. Like, cinematically, it looks quite romantic when you do the Philly shell. However, if you look at Adrian Broner, he tried to do the Philly shell in one of his fights. I forgot who it was against, and he got absolutely decimated. So while the Philly shell does look good, bouncing off the shoulder does look pretty good when Floyd does it, everybody else who hasn't trained for the Philly shell style is going to get absolutely decimated because they don't understand the very concept of it. If you watch Andrew Tate's videos, he doesn't spar with his friends boxing wise. So when he spars with his friends, it's always body shots. So what happens is they're always protecting their bodies and then their heads are like exposed. So no one's ever sparring with Andrew Tate and coming to the face. It's always body shots. In all his videos, whenever he's sparring, it's body shots. So I'm thinking in my head, is he used to sparring that way? And so now he's in the fight and then he's not protecting his chin. He's not protecting his face. His gloves aren't up. Like, what is it? Like, I get it, You want to counter strike, you want to counter punch. I absolutely get it, because if you look at Roy Jones Jr., one of the reasons why he always kept his hands down was because he invited the punch, right? Because he knew he could counter way quicker. And that's just Roy Jones Jr., which it worked for Roy Jones Jr. until the end of his career. I don't know. I'm looking at Andrew Tate and I'm like, are your hands down because you're inviting the punch so that you can counter the punch? Do you think Chase is too slow to jab you? And then, like, what is it? I'm looking at Andrew Tate and yeah, I mean, aside the obvious, which is Chase is Chase is a whole lot bigger than him physically, and he was leaning on him as well. But that only took effect after the third round because Andrew got rocked. Andrew got rocked and Chase was now leaning on top of him, making him tired. I want all the boxers to come in here and tell me what they think, because I don't think I'm wrong. I think he tried the Philly shell and he messed it up, because not a lot of people can do the Philly shell style right. And then the other thing as well is he's not protecting his face. There were a lot of times when Chase was just landing shots at his face and he wasn't protecting them. And it's like, you should probably put your gloves up, my guy. No one could have predicted this because Andrew Tate is an experienced fighter. But after the third round, if you put your money on Andrew Tate, you probably had some question marks. After the third round, you probably thought, this guy looks kind of tired. This guy looks hella tired. He's breathing from his mouth. He looks really, really tired. The one good thing that I will say is that it wasn't a knockout. There was no technical knockout. There wasn't any KO. So I guess that's a silver lining about all of this, is that Chase didn't knock out Andrew Tate. So Andrew Tate can go ahead and say, I was never knocked out. He beat me by decision. Which is weird because the scorecards were really, really close. I don't get it. Chase was the aggressor. Chase was landing more punches towards the end. So I don't understand why the scorecards were that close. I don't know if people agree with me. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with me. But for me, it didn't make that much sense. Yeah, there is the funny side to it, which is Andrew Tate, posting an hour and a half long video about not making excuses, but then making excuses in the video. I'm still an Andrew Tate fan. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people say. I think Andrew Tate is hilarious. Chase's game was the long game because Chase knew that Andrew Tate would get tired. We all know Andrew Tate would get tired. I've never seen Andrew Tate run 5K. Have you? I've never seen Andrew Tate on the treadmill run 5K. I've never seen Andrew Tate do anything that is cardio related apart from skipping. I've seen him do the body shots thing with his friends, which, by the way, I don't know, man. But anyway, I've seen him do the body shots thing with his friends, but I've never seen him do cardio, like serious cardio. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. And I have a theory. I think the theory is his knees are gone. I think Andrew Tate's knees are gone. That's my theory. I could be wrong. But the reason why you've never seen him running, jogging, or skipping for longer than a couple of minutes is because I think his knees are gone. I genuinely think that. But also, I think Andrew Tate should quite possibly ask for a rematch. Credit to Chase. A lot of people were saying, this is the Love Island guy, blah, blah, blah. But credit to Chase. And like my coach says, if you show up, there's a good chance you might win.
Was his mythical reputation as a world-renowned kickboxing champion?
I disagree with that. His reputation is not mythical. His reputation is not mythical at all. He is a kickboxing champion, and that is legit. You can say whatever you want about the boxing. You can't say it doesn't exist. You can't say he's never been champion. You can't say he doesn't know how to kickbox. You cannot say that. I get it. It's funny to shit on him because it's Top G and somebody from Love Island whooped him, but you cannot discredit his kickboxing numbers. That is pushing it a little bit too far. Again, I get it. It's funny. But you got to give him credit for his kickboxing titles.
He touted himself as one of the most dangerous men on the planet, which at this point, after seeing him in a real fight, we just gotta call cap. Because after you end up face down, ass up on canvas, the fear factor vanished, the hype evaporated. The super tough, hyper masculine man that all these incels idolize ended up on his knees, hugging another man's nuts and hanging on for dear life. He's down. While getting absolutely destroyed by a guy who straight up throws Looney Tune punches.
The craziest uppercut I've ever seen. It starts from back here and it ends up here. Like a cartoon. Like a fucking cartoon.
But I'm Jew.
Alright, we're gonna do a video about Nina because Nina actually got that from somebody else. Nina saying that the uppercut started from here. She got that from somebody else. So Nina, you're not slick. You got Mighty Mouse said that. A couple of other fighters said that as well. So you're not slick, Nina. You didn't come up with that analysis by yourself. We're going to do another video about Nina when I have time.
This fight went almost as bad as it possibly could. So after this...
Nah, as bad as it possibly could would be a technical knockout. Like if he got knocked the fuck out, then it would be as bad as it could possibly get. Trust me, decision, Decision was not that painful.
Takes even more shots to the head. He starts with a body jab, misses and eats a straight. Tries combinations, hitting only Chase's gloves. When Chase closes in, Tate's head meets the punch.
He doesn't cover his face. He doesn't cover his face. Is this him underestimating Chase? Because Chase got the distance down. Say what you want about Chase. Chase got the distance down.
So that his back slams against the floor.
Look,
round
he got the
two
distance.
mirrors
Look,
round one, but
Chase got the distance right.
now Tate is completely exhausted, making it easy for Chase to land every shot. As you can see, Tate never won a single second of this fight.
The first and second round, he couldn't touch me.
As you can see, Tate, without realizing it, has become slightly more humble. Now, simply losing a round equals a win for him.
Chase's game plan was absolutely spot on. Chase's game plan was let it ride till the end of the sixth, or at least let it ride till the very end. And I think that was an absolutely amazing game plan because, okay, yes, Andrew Tate is old, but he also like smokes hella cigars. He hasn't been in an actual... Sparring is different, especially when you're sparring with your friends. It's very, very different. Let's make him tired. Let's put our body weight on him. Let's drag him down. And then, let's get the timing right. So I think Chase's team got it absolutely right. I'm curious to see what Andrew's team told him to do. Because if Andrew's team told him, knock him out in the first, second, and third, I'd be curious as to why. I'd be very, very curious as to why.
Alex Pereira, who is roughly the same age as Tate, no matter how hard Andrew tries to portray himself as a 75-and-a-half-year-old man. He's not even 40 yet.
I'm going to say this right now. Pereira would decimate Andrew Tate. I'm also going to say this right now. I think Jake Paul would decimate Andrew Tate in his current state. Andrew Tate, in his current state, gets absolutely decimated by Jake Paul. Don't even try Pereira. Pereira would... Oh, man. Pereira's boxing is so clean. You need to see some of his TikTok videos. His boxing is so clean.
Yes, that's not prime age for elite-level combat sports, but in the YouTuber heavyweight league, he absolutely should have been able to handle it. And that's exactly why Karma is currently dunking on Andrew Tate.
Karma for what? Like... sometimes you watch these videos and you can tell that there's a bit of like... I don't like him because of like some other reasons. I don't think this has anything to do with karma. I think it's just one guy fighting another guy and then that's it. I think that's it. I don't think it's karma. I don't think it's anything like that. I think Chase took this fight very seriously. I think Chase worked on his cardio. I think Chase worked on his jab, which I thought was really, really good. And I think Chase came in with a game plan. I think him and his team came in with a game plan and I think they executed it quite well. The scorecard was a bit crazy because the judges were like 4 points off every round, which was weird. Chase was way more active towards the final rounds, so I thought that would have gotten him more points. But, despite what you think about Andrew Tate, don't look at it as this is the guy who, whatever it is. Just look at it as two guys fighting and then make the analysis from there. Make the unbiased analysis from there. Is it YT Boxing? What is it called? YouTube Boxing. Yeah, YT Boxing. Pretty cool video. So thank you very much for letting me react to your video. I have no idea why they fought at heavyweight. Andrew Tate doesn't come across as a heavyweight. Light heavyweight maybe, but not heavyweight though. That's it, man. Just to conclude, I want everyone's opinions in the comments. If you have an opinion, ring it out on the comments. The comment section is a free space. I will say, I think he needs a rematch. I think if he's claiming that he got tired, I think you work on your cardio, you come back for a rematch. Because he didn't talk about strength, other than Chase leaning on him. He didn't really talk about punching strength, right? He didn't really talk about that. He talked about getting tired. So what I would suggest is you take 6 months, you work on your cardio for those 6 months, and then you do a rematch. You are the CEO and you can rematch. So do a rematch, bro. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Do a rematch, That's my opinion. That's it, guys. We out. Happy New Year to everyone. I don't know if I'm going to do another video before the end of the year. I'm working throughout the whole year up until New Year, so I don't know if I'm going to do another video. 2025 has been a really weird year for me, but personal problems aside, I'm going to try and do more videos in 2026. Like, subscribe the video if you can. And yeah, comment section. Just let me know what you guys thought about this whole debacle, man. Because yeah, it's a good way to end 2026, right?